people are just getting emotional over money aspects and then just getting contracts, and then they're getting stuck. That's the contractor ran away after taking $80,000 from the homeowner, and then the homeowner is sleeping in the house. There's no floor, there's no HVAC and stuff like that, and he's stuck. Because this is the only industry where you don't need any renovation. You can wake up tomorrow morning and you'll be like, okay, I'm a contractor from now, right? There's so many guys in the market right now, they don't even know how to get an inspection done from the inspector.
What do you suggest? How many contractors do we first meet before taking a decision? Welcome to another episode of the Naveen Chopra Show. Today we are bringing on a local contractor, Mr. Gurdeep Sony, who has all the experience in the industry. He has started his business in Canada 4 years back. He came as a student. Another journey, he's gonna share his life journey, what all difficulties he had and how he started his own business, what are the benefits and what are the things a first time home buyer or an investor should look into while doing any renovation stuff. If he's buying a home, what are the things he has to keep in mind? So Mr. Gurdeep gonna share his experience with us today. How are you doing?
So good, so perfectly fine.
Everything is great.
Thank you so much for having me here. And it's really nice talking to you. It's a really good platform to share all my details. And there's so much to share about this renovation industry. And there's so much going on in this industry as well. And because this industry goes side by side with real estate, so I have to let you guys know a lot of things in this industry, which I can share my experience. It's about 4 to 5 years I've been in this industry. It's about 9 to 10 years I'm in Canada. So let's start it. Let's share all the details, whatever I can provide to the audience and whatever can be useful for a first-time home buyer, investor, or maybe anyone else in the Ontario or GTA or all over Canada who is looking for their home renovation, and they can save a good amount of dollars on that.
Even who is looking to join the industry as well, like as a home renovation, how you started, how was your journey? We're just gonna share the educational thing towards our viewers, right? So first of all, let's start with coming to Canada. When did you come to Canada?
I came to Canada in 2015 September batch. I was a student of September batch. And then I finished my studies. Then I started working in dispatching. I was working in a totally different industry. I was in trucking. I was doing part-time renovation at that time. One of my uncle, he's got a windows and door business. So I used to go with him on weekends and sometimes whenever I need more work. And after that, I started liking it. I started realizing there's a good amount of money in this industry, to be very honest. That's another point which dragged me into this industry. And then after that, I started going with a particular renovation guys. I started learning all the ins and outs. I worked with someone for almost 1.5 to 2 years. Then I was ready for the market. Then I started my own business.
Okay, that's how your journey started, basically, and
pretty much.
That's how you came into the industry, right? You started as a part-time with your uncle, and then you started liking it, right? Because there was a huge amount of money. You can see there's a huge potential in the industry as well, right?
A lot of
potential. We can cover it up, right? Yeah. And how do you look into when you started, I think if I'm not wrong, around 2018 you started. How was the industry? 2019. How was the industry at that point of time?
It was super nice. It was fair prices, a lot of good contractors, a lot of good competition, you can say, in the market. There was no price drops. There was no scamming. There's a lot of scamming going on in the renovation industry these days. People sign they don't even sign a contract. They take some money from you as a token and then they run away. They
take cash as an advance.
110%. That's a really bad thing which is happening in our industry. Us being in trades, it's a very nice job. It takes a lot of hard work. Yeah. First of all, I'll let you know it's a lot of hard work, management, and then you have to be specific. You have to be clean in your job, right? But we're not getting paid as much according to that because of our poor competition. To be very honest, let's say if I'm working with somebody else, I'll work with them within 2 to 3 months, you will know a little bit ins and out of this industry. Any industry. You go to a restaurant, you work in a restaurant, 2 to 3 months, you find out, yes, this restaurant, this is how this is working, right? That's how you understand. Maybe in real estate as well, right? But 2 to 3 months, you're not professional. You have to spend dedicated amount of time. Let's say if we're getting a plumbing license in Ontario, right? You have to spend dedicated amount of hours to get a plumber's license.
Yep.
Why the government designed that? Because they're getting you ready. They're getting you job ready, right?
Yeah.
Same goes in renovation. If you're working with somebody within 2 to 3 months or maybe 6 months, you don't know nothing. Trust me, there's a lot of things. I'm still learning. It's been 5 years. Every day there's a new setup on the job site, and I'm learning each and every day. And that's what it is going on right now. But before, it was not like that.
It wasn't like
fair prices, fair contractor, nice contractors. And they were even nice to each other. We used to meet people at Home Depot or other suppliers, and we used to ask them some stuff. And they used to help us beyond imagination. They used to give us phone numbers. And there are some times when some people from Home Depot showed to my job sites as well, just to guide me. Thus, you can do this like that. But nowadays, it's a whole lot of different story.
So what do you think is the main reason? Like, there have been a lot of frauds. We all know that. Okay, so if I also, like, let me tell you guys. So I recently get my basement legal. Like, we got a legal permit for our basement, like as a secondary unit, or you can say as a second dwelling unit.
Yeah.
And and I got the work done from him. It was an excellent work. Everything was as discussed, as promised.
Thanks.
And like it's like over delivered, to be honest.
No problem. Thank you.
And right. So what do you think? Like, even I took code from like 8 to 10 people, and then the things happened. We decided on like, okay, we're gonna work together, and like, right, and that's how we met, basically, right?
Yeah.
What do you think is we all know like there have been a lot of frauds.
Yeah.
What do you think is a basic reason of that fraud? Like, okay, people are coming in, you're giving me 50,000 code, someone is giving me 45.
Yeah.
Someone just break it up, okay, 35,000.
Yeah. House owners are not educated. That's the first thing. Like, people are not thinking this way, that if you're getting a renovation done, they're going for cheap. Like right now, we have issues of cash flow going on in Canada, right? It's too much interest rate, too much expenses. So everybody's trying to save money, but they're not realizing at the same amount of time that you have to be fair. And even bargaining, you have to be fair. Let's say I'm pricing out a basement for $50,000. If somebody else give a price for $48,500, that's pretty fair. $1,000 here and there, right? Let's say there's another guy coming and giving a price for $40,000. You have to be reliable, and you have to think this way, that there's a $10,000 difference. What's going to be in the material? You have to be more knowledgeable. You have to research more. People are just getting emotional over money aspects, and then just getting contracts, and then they're getting stuck. Last month, I did 4 jobs where contractors took money from the homeowners and they're leaving. And then I'm charging my same cut. They're even paying more money to get the same amount of renovation done, just because they're not going to super nice or professional contractors. There's so many professional contractors in GTA. Very nice guys. Like, their work is even better than mine work. I'll be very honest with you. I'm still learning. But it's only been 5 years in industry, right? But people are not educated. Trust me, they're not using their mind in order to schedule the renovations, and they're not comparing the prices, and they're not doing their own researches on material and everything.
Basically, there's a lack of research, 100%. Even on the buyer perspective, or like the consumer perspective, 100%. And even on the other perspective, the seller or the contractor perspective. And the other thing you were talking about is like people start too early. Like, I just started working with you. It's been 3 months, 4 months, and I make up my own company and I do it. Do you think that's one of the major reason of people not fulfilling up to the expectations, and the work is left in between, and the outcome is not that great? Do you think that's an issue?
100%. People are taking renovation and building homes and renovating homes very lightly. It's a very responsible job. Even when we are done with the job, we are still responsible, because my company did the plumbing, my company did the electrical. God forbid something goes wrong, there is still the homeowner can sue me. I have to have a liability insurance. I have to have my WSIB. I have to have registered guys on payroll. I have to have reliable team. But people are not doing this. Okay. There are contractors, those don't even know what's liability insurance. There are so many contractors. Those are even beyond my imagination. There are so many super nice contractors out there in the market. But people who are just spending 3 to 6 months with someone, and then they're getting a van, they're getting some tools, and then they started doing handyman jobs. And from handyman, they're taking big jobs, but they're not handling it properly. That's the only reason which is lacking. I'm not saying no to anyone starting business out there. They're more than welcome, but they should be trained. They should not make the market prices go so bad. Trust me, it was super nice prices back in 2019, 2020, 2021. It was nice, but from last 6 months to 1 year, it's getting worse. And there are more scams. There are more people getting stuck with home renovation. You've heard from there's another article on CBC as well. That's the contractor ran away after taking $80,000 from the homeowner.
Yeah.
And then the homeowner is sleeping in the house. There's no floor. There's no HVAC and stuff like that, and he's stuck. So you have to. The first of all, just get everything in email. Like we did.
Yeah.
Like
we had a proper paper.
We had a proper
thing, right? Like now the payment gonna go through
100%.
after this is the first step, and then you 100%. Go to the second step, third step, and then we release the payment, right? Like, and that's how it's gonna.
That's how it is. You charge on demolishing, then you charge on HVAC, then you charge on plumbing, then you charge on drywalls, framing, all these kind of stuff, right? You have to. Homeowner should also pay the contractor step by step. And the contractor should also charge the homeowner. Even contractors are getting scammed too. It's not the homeowners getting scammed. Even contractors, even me, I got scammed like a couple of years ago. There was a guy, we worked for him, and he didn't pay us almost $15,000. I put it in the labor court and everything, but nothing's happening.
It's gonna take forever, right?
It's taking forever. Trust me. It's not that easy to get your money out. Because I was so early in the market at that time, I didn't have a proper contract and everything. But now, even it's a $500 job, I'm signing a contract.
So guys, if you are planning to do any renovation, anything up, make sure you have a proper contract in place. Don't cheap out on things that's really important. Having a contract in place, having everything written on email, make sure on the contract everything is there, how the payment plan is, how the work gonna go out. Like if there needs to be a demolishing, first step is demolishing and then creating it up. So can you I would say tell us like what are the steps? So if I'm getting a basement apartment, it's an already furnished apartment, right? Furnished apartment, we have to make it a legal second dwelling unit.
Yes.
What are the process we're gonna go through?
First of all, we will go through an architect. We'll make a map for that. We'll make a drawing for that, which is we'll be submitting that drawing to the city, and then city will approve us with all kind of notes in it. City will write down each and every note that what's their codes, what they want in the basement, how we have to do it.
Okay.
After that, we just follow the process. Let's say if we are digging a side entry, so we have to do the side entry first. Then we will demolish whatever is required to demolish. Let's say we're changing the layout of the basement. So we'll plan out how we are changing the layout. Let's say there's a room, we're making a washroom over there. Let's say where there's a washroom, we're making another room over there.
Yeah.
So we have to change the layout. We have to do the demolishing according to that.
Okay.
Then we have to do the framing after that. Whatever the framing requires to be done, we have to do that. Then we will proceed over to HVAC. Then we will proceed over to plumbing. Then after plumbing, we will do the insulations, vapor barrier. And then we will be doing soundproofing in the ceiling. Then after that, we do the drywalls. We'll take care of electrical. So all these kind of stuff, it's a step-by-step process. Whenever you're booking your home renovation, just sit down with your contractor. Talk to him. Talk him into some talks. Tell him, hey, buddy, how are you guys going to do it? Like, what's going to be there in your renovation? Let's say, when are you going to start? What will be the first step? After that, how are you going to work? You should have a roadmap of your construction before signing the contract. Nowadays, people are just they're calling a contractor. They say, hey, brother, can you make our basement? Yeah, sure, I can make a basement. They're not even asking legit questions to the contractor. And then there are many people are getting robbed, and there's so many fake contractors and not professional contractors taking advantage of it, right? If there is a washroom, let's say we're doing a washroom renovation. An average washroom renovation starts from $85,000 $800 to $9,000, an average, just a basic shower.
Okay.
It's pretty decent, not too much in it. Just simple tiles, simple like acrylic base and sliding doors and all that kind of stuff. $85, $9,000. Now there's people putting their ads on TikTok for $4,000, $4,500. Homeowners should think twice, right? Where these guys are getting the material. Are these guys are waterproofing everything? Are these guys are putting decent amount of toilets? What's the shower system is going like? It's been 5 years I'm using Moin, right? Moin has a lifetime warranty, right? If anything goes bad, you go to Home Depot, take your Moin stuff, they'll replace it for free. But the other people are not educating it properly, right? You should educate your audience, your clients, everyone. Like, you should let them know, hey brother, this is the things, these are getting done, that's why I'm charging you this much money, right? That's the thing.
And you're saying, according to, as a consumer, I have a question here. So everyone is like, okay, the renovation is quite expensive,
Yeah,
right? And everyone is like, the renovators, the renovation companies are making fortune, they're making huge money,
yeah,
even by what we see on generally on TikTok, on Instagram, on all of the socials, right?
Yeah.
It takes $25,000 to make a basement,
Yeah.
but you're paying $55,000. You're paying this much.
Yeah.
So you think that's a quality compromise that's happening with it? Like if someone is charging that low and you think the result is not same, what's the main thing? Why there is a huge gap? I understand, like we were talking earlier, that there's a $1,500 gap.
Yeah.
We can understand it. Sometimes the labor cost is high,
Yeah.
transportation is high, right? If you work in GT and you have to do it in London, so the transportation comes in, it kicks in,
yeah.
right? But what do you think? Why is there is a huge gap in
There are a
terms?
couple points for that as well. The first of all is after service. Let's talk about your example. You were having some issues with your fireplace.
Yeah,
It's been 1 year I made your basement.
yeah,
I'm still coming to you.
yeah,
You're calling me for free. I'm coming to you. I'm checking it for you. Because I was the one who touched it the last time, right? So I am responsible for that. The first and foremost step is responsibility. People are not taking any responsibility. They are just with you until you are paying them the last dollar. That's it. You're gone. They're not going to answer your calls. Let's say if you have any problem in your house, I am the one who's making the basement. I know where all the rough-ins are. I know how the wires are running inside. I know how the HVAC work. Where's your ventilation system? To which ventilation I connected the thing, right?
yeah.
Where this is going, where your water supply is, how I'm going to shut your water supply, right? Where's your hot water line? Where's your cold water line? So there's so many things in that. And the upmost thing is professionalism. I am not saying that there's no expenses. There's a lot of expenses. I'm paying insurance. There's WSIB. I have proper tools. I have proper vans. My guys are covered. We're taking proper safety measure. The day one when we come to your house, we cover your house. We're putting paper on the floor. We're putting poly on your stairs, on your furnitures. We're covering everything. So if you want to get a professional job done, you are going to pay money. We are still a lot cheaper than these big contractors. Trust me, in Brampton, we are still more cheaper. But now people are diversifying and totally slacking into super cheap guys. They don't even cover the floors. There's so many videos on TikTok.
Yeah,
You can have a look at it. Yeah. People are putting that, let's say, there's a wall getting done for $4,000, or let's say there's a washroom getting done for $5,000. Nothing's covered. You can see the mess. Trust me. That's not how contractors are working. There's so many super nice contractors. There's not even every day they're cleaning your job site. Every day they're dumping your garbage. There's a garbage bin outside your house the whole time when you're having renovation. It's like the cleanliness of the job, the professionalism of the job. How straight are your walls?
The quality of
Quality of your job. You are going to select them there. Like me, I did your renovation. You were the one telling me that I need these tiles. I need these floors. I need these walls. I need these paint. This company, this quality paint, right? So that's the privilege of getting a decent amount of, like a decent contractor, which will give you guys ups, because I'm the one who's making it. You guys are the one who are using it, right? But I'm going to make it. I'll be leaving your place. Let's say after 1 year, 2 years, there's a glitch in the basement. There's a problem in the basement. Then you guys will call me. But you guys are the one who are renting it. The basement should be practical, right? If you're renting it, even somebody else who's renting it, They are also a family. They're also new immigrants, or maybe another family living in the basement. So those people also deserve some decent quality work, right? They should live in if they're paying now, look at the rents. One bedroom is getting rented for like good $1,600-$1,700. Two bedrooms, we're searching it for $2,500, $2,400. If we're making that amount of money from renters, right, we should supply them some decent work.
Quality, that's what quality thing, right? That's the main thing.
That's the only thing. That's why there's a huge gap, which we were talking, that there nowadays I also don't trust people. Like, trust me, believe me, there are some jobs which I have quoted them, let's say if I quoted them $65,000, there's another guy quoting them $40,000. How I'm going to compete? I can't compete. What I'm saying on those jobs are, thank you so much, I'll be staying home for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or maybe 2 months, but I'm not cheaping out, because you are the one who value your own work, right? I should value my own work. If I'm not valuing my own work, if I'm charging money, I'm supplying quality. If you're saying, hey, buddy, I didn't like this style, the way this style is laid out, I'm going to take it out. I'll redo it for you. Because you're paying me and I'm charging you, right? When people are charging less money, either they're running away from the jobs, either they're doing such a shitty job, which within 6 months or 7 months, you have to call another contractor to get everything done.
And what are the, I want to ask, like, since you're a contractor, I want to ask if I am let's say I'm in Barrie, right? You are not available. Someone who is watching there, he has to do somewhere in Edmonton or any other place in Canada. He's getting the renovation thing. He's planning to build a second dwelling unit. What are the things he should look into to get a contractor?
First of all, they should check the reviews of the contractor. They should check with their last jobs. Let's say if they have done 5 basements in last 2-3 months, they should visit at least 1 or 2 basements. They should address those people that, hey, brother, this is the problem I saw in your basement. I don't want these problems in my basement. Sure shot. That's how even you educate your contractor. Hey, brother, maybe sometimes we do a job, right? We don't even notice some stuff. Like, we're like, to us, it's a very super nice job. Maybe to a second, you should always get a second opinion, right? So you should always check your reviews of your contractor. You should always check how the work is done. Yes, how reliable is your contractor? Is he signing a contract? Is he insured? Is this guy has a WSIB? And does this guy in market for a long time, or he's a super new contractor? So all these factors has to be considered before selecting a contractor. And then after that, you should write down each and everything. There's so many jobs, quotes and everything going on right now. Once we do a rough quote, let's say I do a rough quote with them on text or WhatsApp or email. And then after that, we write down a contract where I have a pre-written contract with me, like for my own company. What I do, I fill up all these spaces, I change all the specs and everything, and then I sign one copy, you guys sign one copy. Now I am secured for my payments, and then you are secured for your basement, right? So it should be done properly like that. There's a way of doing these kind of things, but there's a lot of people who are not doing all these things. Those are the people suffering, right? So that's the thing.